Welcome to the GodShow.us Daily, the only philosophy tournament where the stakes are eternal. The bracket is 15 deep, and your Tuesday morning is somehow on the line. Let's get metaphysical.
This podcast comes from thegodshow.us, a free daily multilingual project where one user's question gets answered through 15 wisdom traditions. Find today's question, ask your own, and discover your belief profile at thegodshow.us. Today's question: when I realize I have been more alive in crisis than in calm, what does ordinary life owe me? That could mean, why does peace feel like dying? Or am I addicted to emergency? Or the quieter, harder version? Did I squander every calm Tuesday I was handed, and does ordinary life owe me a refund, or do I owe it something back? So the question is, what does ordinary life owe me when crisis is the only thing that's ever made me feel real? And almost every tradition here lands in the same uncomfortable place. Not what ordinary life owes you, what you owe it. Buddhism says, the person who blazed an emergency was not more real. She was narrower, collapsed into one urgent frequency, mistaking volume for aliveness. The Stoics are even blunter. You were obedient to reality during crisis because you had no choice. That obedience is available right now, at this desk, in this Tuesday. You're just not paying for it.
Okay, but that answer is a little easy, right? Like, yes, presence is available in ordinary life. We've all read the poster. The more interesting move is the Islam response, which reframes the whole setup. It doesn't say crisis made you alive. It says crisis finally got your attention. The aliveness was already inscribed in you, Fitra, your original nature, and the fire just burned enough rust off the mirror that you could see it. That's a different problem. That's not laziness. That's a design question about how much noise we apparently need removed before we show up.
And Sufism takes that image and runs it somewhere beautiful and uncomfortable at the same time. Rumi in the Reed, the crying separation. The crisis didn't make you alive, it polished you. Ground the rust from the mirror of the heart until the beloved could finally see its own face in yours. Now the tavern is Tuesday morning. The wine is the weight of a coffee cup. You are being asked to love it there, in that gray light, without the burning to tell you it's sacred. Which honestly sounds gorgeous until you're actually standing in your kitchen at 7 a.m. and it just feels like a kitchen.
That gap between the teaching and the actual Tuesday morning is exactly where existentialism lives. It says crisis didn't make you more alive. It made bad faith temporarily impossible. The ordinary days you survived without inhabiting them, those were the theft. And you were both the thief and the stolen from. The mug is still there. That last line hits because it's not sentimental. It's almost prosecutorial. The mug did not abandon you. The pop culture oracle actually earns its place here, weirdly. Get out. Chris Washington in The Sunken Place, most present, most himself, right when he's being erased. The Armitages didn't just steal his body. They confirmed his fear that being taken was the only time anyone really reached for him. Ordinary life doesn't owe you drama. It owes you proof that someone will reach anyway.
That's a real distinction, because the traditions split here. Buddhism, Stoicism, absurdism, existentialism. They all say the problem is structural, it's about attention and habit. Taoism says you called the calm nothing because nothing in you was being consumed. But the inhale was also breath. Judaism is almost the most precise. Your grandmother lit the candle without a storm to justify striking the match. No crisis required. The question isn't what ordinary life owes you. It's whether you'd recognize the debt being paid. And Vedanta goes the furthest. Whoever is presenting that invoice, whoever is asking what they're owed, the witness underneath both the crisis and the Tuesday silence is unchanged. Nothing is owed to what was never separate from everything. What the traditions mostly agree on: ordinary life isn't withholding aliveness from you. You've been withholding yourself from it. The cup is still warm. The question is whether you'll sit with it before the next emergency arrives to do the work for you. Tomorrow, we have another question waiting.
And that is the final bell on today's bout between crisis aliveness and the humble Tuesday morning. And folks, the Tuesday put up a fight. If this show is part of your ordinary life that actually feels like something, you can support it and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. It is free, it is daily, it is multilingual, and it is trying very hard to make the unremarkable mug feel like it matters. TheGodShow.us would like to thank our sponsor, Typeset.us. When generic web typography is letting you down, refine your work for free using Typeset.us. And thanks to DYorkMusic.com for our dark rock intro tune. Tomorrow's question is already on the board. No emergency required to show up for it. See you tomorrow for our take on The God Show's question of the day.